All right, so first match we have Malia and Blutiger. All right, here we go. And one of the last members of the 614 crew left in this tournament, getting started in his pools plays today. Cool. Because this is their first set of the day, period. We're going to go ahead and let them get a warm-up. And then after that, we're going to go ahead and get started. So for right now, this is for funsies, y'all. And what a warm-up. This song is a heater, dude. I absolutely love this song. Black Lolita snapped on this song. First stage. Once again, this is a warm-up, so they can go ahead and get their legs all loosened up, go and buttery. I know I'm not saying anything, Chad. I'm just bobbing my head. I'm just bobbing my head real good. Just vibing to the song. I mean, for a warm-up, if this is anything to tell, this is going to be a close match. They're like within like a few points of each other. All right, warm-up out the way. Please shaking out, nodded. So now we're going to go ahead and go to our first pick. Your brain can't process. Hey, you know what? It's okay. That's why you got commentators like your boy here to dissect the action for y'all and give you the play-by-play as it goes along and talk about it a little bit. Alright, so it looks like we are starting off at the 13. We're going to the 13 folder. With Puberty Dysthymia. Ooh, this is a saucy one. Ant with the PFC with 15 perfects. Malia with 98.6. They dap it out. And we are locked in, chat. Let's go for the first set of these pulls. Let's get it cracking, chat.
Oh my goodness!
The crowd behind us is going. All right, Malia picking up a grade pretty quickly. Ant picking up a grade. Now about 10-point lead. The DSP, a little bit more straightforward compared to the expert chart. But just like the expert, this is also a jumpy chart. Both these players are veterans to this, so it's really going to come down to just not getting terribly too comfortable and letting it run away from you. Ant breaking the 500 EX points right now, taking the lead over Malia by about 30 points. Malia doing a good job of keeping the M8 crisp after earlier. Dropping down the gap to about 40 points right now. Malia did pick up a miss right there. All right, and we're gonna have a minor slowdown. And that slowdown is a little bit difficult to time right there. Ant still sitting in the lead, hitting 1350. About to break 1400 EX right now. Malia 1350 herself. All right, and it looks like Ant takes it with the full combo with that 420 blaze it. 1490 EX to Malia's 1439. Ant with 32 and 1 great. Malia with 48, 17 and a miss. All right, so round one goes to Ant. Next up is going to be Malia's pick. Where are we going to stay in the 13s? It's looking like we are going to stay in the 13s. And we are going to hit the bang pad, AKA, why isn't this song in Dance Rush? Konami, why don't you like us? This song is a heater. This song is also incredibly overcharted for a 13. I think there's an argument to be made that this should be a 14. All right, both players with 99. Ant with a PFC of 28. Malia with the 99.5. Just like we saw before, this is Malia's pick. So it can go either way. I'm glad if someone else agrees with me that this song should be a 14. Like, I'm not saying that it's a difficult chart. I am saying, I am going to say that this definitely is not a 13. All right, both players locked in. Here we go. Let's get it. Bang pad. Malia needs to win this one to take it to the tiebreaker. Otherwise, Ant is going to sweep the 2 up. Ant still sitting on the PFC. only ahead by about 3 points. Malia doing a good job, even though she picked up a great really early on. Keeping up pace. But Ant's MA is just so on point that Malia is just going to have to really stay on top of it to catch up. Picking up that great really early on kind of hurt. But only down by about 12 EX. So Malia doing just that. Staying very sharp. 10 points. Good job, Malia, catching up by about 10 points. And still sitting on the PFC. All right, so yeah, now we are here at the part where this is up to Malia. If Malia gets the comeback, this is the time. Her time is right now, and it's doing just that. Down by about 5 now. And with only a 6-point lead, down to 4. Here we go. And picking up a couple of perfects right there. All right. Oh, geez, Malia. We're back and forth. Here we go, folks. It's coming down to it. It's coming down to it. And Malia edges it out to take the W, 15-12 to Ant with 15-08. What a good showing from Malia. 42 perfect, 6 greats. Ant with 48 perfect, 5 greats. So we go from 213 straight to a 16 with Chaos Eater. A 16 that, in my opinion, I won't even say in my opinion. I'll just admit it. Me playing this, I'm bad at this. This is like one of my worst 16s. It just makes me tired playing it. I love this song. This is one of my favorite, like, Nekomato Master Plus songs. This is a very technical 16, however. It does move at 210 BPM. Pretty tricky stuff. Tail to tape, Malia has the upscore with 97. Ant with a 98, with a 90 flat. So anything can happen. We'll see. Stamina management is going to be key on this song. It is very tricky. Starts off really slow at 100, and then we go straight into the 210. All right, both players tied right now. Still sitting on the PFC. Oh, Ant picks up his first great, so now Malia is ahead by 1 point. And a speed up, and Malia stumbles and misses the speed up, which gives Ant a chance to go ahead and take the lead right now. Ant ahead by about 13 points. Malia doing a good job of adjusting, making up for it. Hitting those drills beautifully. And also crushing those drills, but picks up a miss right out of it and a good. So that has closed the gap. Malia is now only down by about 20 points at this point.
That's what I'm talking about. You got the magic touch, baby. 100 combo.
All right, here we go. Get a little bit of a gap at the freeze. Ant in the head to win by 10:48. Malia just breaking into 1,050 for Malia. Ant has about an 80-point lead. Both players picking up a miss in that drill section right there. And Ant takes it 16:05 to Malia's 15:01 for the tiebreaker. Yeah, as I said, that song is very tricky. It goes. It's 210, so you're doing drills at 210 BPM. It's basically a foot speed chart. I wouldn't say it's a foot speed chart. It's a foot speed light chart. used to be Malia's size and played. Yeah, so that's the thing about this. That's what's really inspiring about all of this is that there are people of all sorts, shapes, and sizes, whether they have excellent health or, you know, maybe they have some disability or some accessibility issues. Everyone, there are so many people that play this game and are very skilled at this game. They put in the time, they put in the work, but ultimately it's a little bit of practice and having fun. You know, outside of, you know, maybe some physical difficulties, I would say just about everybody, if they put in the work, can play at this level. It's tough. Some people it's easier than others, but as long as you have fun, that's the most important part. And all of us out here, we're having fun out here at Mistake on the Lake 4. At Menor, Ohio, Round 1, suburb of Cleveland. Here for some DDR bus ass. This DDR bus ass out here, chat. I'm having a good time. I hope you're having a good time watching and just appreciating some good ass DDR. Cause I know I'm digging it. I'm digging it. So, starting off, looks like we are going to go down to the warm-ups. We're going to give Dan a warm-up because Dan hasn't played yet. Checks out, makes sense. So Nick probably will take a little bit of advantage of it. Knowing Nick though, you know, Nick really expended himself. Look at this guy. Miffed every single difficulty on this. So I'd say for Dan, this is a perfect warm-up since he has the MFC on every version. So Dan can really dial himself in on the pad, you know, warm it up a little bit. But Nick, yeah, like I was saying, so, you know, Nick definitely really kind of put his all into that last set. It went to 3. So Nick ideally probably doesn't, you know, he probably shouldn't expend too much energy into this warm-up. You know, kind of just do enough just to kind of get himself a little bit limber, and there it is, exactly. When you're ready, just step off. Smart thinking, smart idea from Nick to take advantage of that. So this is going to be Dan's warm-up. This is his opportunity to, as I said, kind of just really dial it in. Feel it out. Feel out the nuances of the pad. That's a real thing. I totally understand that. But hopefully everything is going better for you now. And we got that taken care of. Thank you for sharing that with us, telling us about stuff. We are always I always like to talk about how on, you know, when I do stream every week, when I stream other games every week, that, you know, I always have a moment where I say like, hey, you know, it's time. Let's celebrate our W's. Tell, you know, what's going on in your week, chat. You got any W's, you know, and we talk about like good things that happen. And I say like, hey, if you have any issues, you know, going on, what's going on in your life? Do you have any L's, or, you know, joke about the L's, or like things that are a rough time that you're going through. You know, we're an open space. We're super supportive. And, you know, there's no pressure. If you like to share, we're all for it. But we're just happy that you're just here. And I always like to say, regardless as to how your week is going, hopefully, if it's going well, let's keep on going up. Keep on getting W's. But if it's going a little bit rough, you know, hopefully at this moment it's going to be the turning point, and it's just going to be all uphill for you. So regardless of how your week has been, chat, it's Saturday. It's still the weekend, baby. Let's pop it off. And we're going to pop it off with this song that I called it, and I said I'm going to hear this about 8 times in this tournament. We're going to be right on time. So, we're going to be playing the 14. Nick with the 989. Van with a PFC with 15 perfects on this. So in Dan's favor, but we saw it earlier in the last pull, and even in this pull, anything can happen. So it can go either way. All right, we're locked in. We are about to be right on time. All right, PQ deciding to play with Life 4 on. Hopefully that works. Hopefully that doesn't work against him. Right now, PQ with just 3-point lead over Nick. Nick doing a good job of adjusting himself really early. Both players sitting on a PSC, although Nick did pick up some perfects really early on, while PQ did have a 30 white combo. And we are tied as PQ picked up a great. Nick did pick up a miss, but took advantage of PQ's great by covering it with his great MA. PQ pulling ahead by about 2 points right now. 4-point differential. So PQ now ahead by about 13 EX. As Bubby did pick up a good right there. All right, and as we get ready to finish out the song, PQ still sitting in the lead. Nick ends it off with 11:43, down by 15 points to PQ with 11:58. So PQ takes the first one with 22 perfects, 1 great, while Nick 27 perfects, 3 greats, a good, and a miss. So they shake it out. And we are just going to go straight down to the second pick. Second Heaven CSP. Somebody scream, somebody ice cream, or somebody's cream, depending on how you hear this song. One thing is for certain. Boy, this chart is something. All right. PQ with a PFC yet again, this time with 47 perfects. Nick with 97.8. Let's see how their chart knowledge and how their experience holds out. Nick needs this to take it to a tiebreaker. PQ will go ahead and close out 2-0 if he wins this. Here we go. All right, Nick with a 1-point lead right now. All right, at the freeze, Nick up by 3 points. Picks up a perfect right there. Yeah, those couple of perfects, PQ is taking advantage of with his excellent MA. It's something that we're going to continue to see. And now he is in the lead by 2 points.
100 combos.
Song starts off pretty low key, but as soon as the beat drops, that's when the song opens up and it becomes a 14. Both of those handling the crossover beautifully. Good turns. Nick keeping it only by 1 point. Now we are tied. PQ's MA is just absolutely crispy. As Nick picks up a great right there, giving PQ a 10-point lead. All right, PQ with the 18-point lead, still sitting on a PFC. And Bubby messes up the turn. I think he misplaced his foot on that crossover.
You got the step, you got the flow. Keep us the perfect combo. Somebody scream!
All right, Nick fighting to just go ahead and struggle, just to go ahead and finish out the song. Let's see him finish out the song. PQ doesn't pick up his first grade. And PQ takes it 1397 against 1295 for Nick. So Nick goes down 0-2 this round. But it is not the last time you'll see him, as we're going to see him up again next in the pool.
Come on, Holmes, select your music.
We are playing our Soul, and we're playing the CSP. Both players with the PFC. Malia with 45 perfects, Dan with 42. So we are evenly matched on this song. Both of these players definitely have the knowledge and the skill set up under their belt. Let's see what we're going to do. Dan, you can tell that he's moving on. He is evolving to level 2 as he has put on the headband that he has been known for so many years. And Malia with game face ready to go. Saucing up, prepping up. Both the players kind of, you know, adjusting the friction on their shoes. I'm not good. Putting a little bit of some of that fine powder. Both players lock in, dap it out. Chat, here we go. Our Soul CSP. Even match. Let's get it. All right, we are still tied.
You got the beat, you got the song, you can do no wrong. Moving 100 combos.
Oh, and Dan picks up a great, which gives Malia a 2-point lead.
Yo, make some noise.
But Dan doing an amazing job of kind of recovering after it. Keeping that gap to about 5 points now.
200 combos.
All right, and he's taking advantage of Malia's string of perfects to only be down by 1 point. And we are tied. As the lead bounces right back and forth between Malia, a tie, and Dan. Malia still sitting on the PFC. Dan in the lead right now by 60x.
You're on fire.
Both of them nail that pattern. All right, Malia only down by 3 points. And Malia picks up a miss. And that miss is enough for Dan to go ahead and take it by 9, 14-24 to Malia's 14-15. Malia with 38 perfects, 1 great, and 1 miss. Dan, 24 perfects, 5 greats. That was a good ass match, and up we go right the first time ESP as the next one. This first time is one of those songs that if you are looking to break into what I would consider upper level play, which is going to be about 15s and up. First Time is one of the songs that you need to practice. This is a knowledge check. You will get it picked on, but I guess they're not picking it. They got the cards wrong. We're going to do Start a New Day. Both players hydrating, adjusting their mods, dialing it in a little bit, taking a breather right before we go ahead and get started. Dan has the higher score with 99 flat, with Malia with 98.7. All right, and just like Malia is doing, I hope you all are staying hydrated out there. I too am due for a water break. All right, both players locked in. Dap it up. Here we go, y'all. Dan looking to go 2 up with this one. Malia doing a good job of staying alive. As we are tied.
Look at all that bling. You're the combo king.
And Malia picks up her first grade, while still maintaining the lead by about 3 points. As we saw before, Dan is happy to take those, as his MA has been quite on point through this entire tournament. Malia still ahead by about 5 EX points, picks up another grade, and that gives Dan a chance to still kind of maintain that 5-point gap. Dan sitting on a PFC. And Dan has brought it back as he is now up by 2 points. Malia picking up another grade along the way.
That's what I'm talking about. You're the one they came to see. 400 combos.
Still within a few points of each other. Dan only ahead by about 5 points. And that kind of widened right there. Malia did pick up a great right there, so now Dan is ahead by about 16 points.
Oh, yeah. That's what I'm talking about.
Oh, and Malia dropped a combo right there at the end. And that was enough for Dan to go ahead and get the 2-0. 16-40 to Malia, 16-22. Malia had that in the bag starting off, but then I think some of those streams definitely kind of worked against her that time. So,
What's your side?
depending on how this goes, the winner of this match can determine just outright if Dan will move out of the bracket immediately. If Ant wins this one, then the result will come down to the next match of Ant against Dan. If Nick wins this one, Dan will move out of the pool by default, as he will be just purely up and winning. All right, History of the Future, DSP. Both players have a 99. Ant does have a PFC with 26 perfects, whereas Nick does not have a PFC on this. Shout out to this song, Tag Sama in the building. Been hanging out all day. Both players lock in. We're gonna get the first one started. Ohio gang. Blutiger, yes. Ant is Blutiger's actual name. Some players we go off a first name basis. And here we go. Both players are tied, although Blutiger is ahead as Nick did pick up 1 grade. And Blutiger finally picking up the perfect. Nick got a miss. That is interesting. Blutiger sitting ahead by about 4 points because of that miss. And Nick picks up a grade. Ant still sitting on that full combo. And about a 15-point lead. All right, this is Nick. This is where Nick can go ahead and pick up some points. But Ant is definitely not letting himself succumb to that gap.
300 combos.
Now taking a 20-point lead. And that's widening a little bit.
You're on fire.
All right, as we come out of the slow section, we're about to speed back up after this freeze.
Yo, here goes combo wombo.
Both players doing amazing hitting those jacks.
400 combos.
Nick only down by 30 points. Double stepping the crossovers and doing it beautifully.
Can't wait to see it.
And Blutiger takes it 1389 to Nick's 1354.
That blew my mind. Kongaku, psycho da.
All right, so looking like next up, we are playing the CSP Firestorm. Nick has a score of 97.9. Ant does not have a score on this. I love this song. I don't know what to tell you, chat. I love this song since it came out in Sound Voltex. Not only because it's hype as heck with all of the whooches and the lasers, but that lovely gentleman on the cover. The fun fact is that the chart, due to how the overlay is on Sound Voltex and how the lane kind of is on top of whatever the overlay is, it looks like the chart is coming out of this man's junk, and it's very amusing to watch. It's big, stupid fun. It's why I actually like this song, because this song is goofy bananas, big, stupid fun in general. And it's hype as hell. Shout out to Ezia. Always putting in some good work in the music department. As the kids say, he don't miss. Ezia don't miss. Both players locked in. We are playing Firestorm CSP. Get ready for a hype set, chat. This is a Nick pick. He's getting crunked. Here we go.
All right, let's go.
Oh, and I forgot to tell you, this is a shock arrow chart. This is what adds an additional difficulty. And it's working out. Ant is keeping up.
Look at all those combos.
Nick did pick up a grade, so Ant is ahead by about 6 points at this point.
400 combos.
Oh, Nick picked up a couple of misses, so that gives Ant a 15-point lead. Ant doing an amazing job sight reading this chart. Still sitting on a PSE. And commentators curse, I'm so sorry, chat.
It can't ever get any better than this. You got the crowd on fire.
Nick is kind of complaining about some pad issues, so we may have to check that out.
100 combos.
And picking up some shock arrows right there, which actually gave Nick a substantial comeback.
You're gonna break
So Nick is in the lead. Oh, he picked up some shock arrows. It's coming down to the end, chat. And the pick works out in Nick's favor as he takes it 1447 to Ant with 1425. The shock arrow spam was what not only did them both in, but a good counter pick from Nick. And for the tiebreaker, they decided to be a hero, DSP. Nick does not have a play on this, and just have a PFC with 36 perfect. With shock arrows, it's kind of interesting to say. Are you talking about how long it delays, how long it blacks out your screen? Or are you just talking about what's the window to not hit it? It's pretty wide. But the problem is that the window to hit it is a frame. If you are frame perfect on touching the shock arrow, you hit the shock arrow. So, like, if you want to convert frames to about milliseconds, a frame is about, let's see, I do believe, if I'm correct, it is 16, like, rolling milliseconds. So yeah, it's a one frame trigger. All right, here we go, chat. Tiebreaker.
Here comes the beat.
It's a 13. This is going to come down to MA between the both of them. This song is relatively straightforward, dense at parts, but this is kind of about what we're going to expect. Nick picks up a great right there, which gives Ant a chance to go ahead and take the lead. Ant still sitting on the gold combo. 501 at the freeze. Nick hitting 501 at the second freeze. All right, Ant doing a good job. He picked up a great, but still maintaining about a 30-point lead right now. Nick breaking 1,000, Ant hitting 1,100 mark on EX score. Sitting comfortably ahead by about 30 points though. Actually a little bit more. About 60 at this point. Nick picking up a couple of misses.
You got the flow. Keep up the perfect combo.
Other thing about this song is long. Right, and Ant takes it 17-11 to Nick with 16-35. So Ant is going to go and play PQ. Winner will advance out of the pool. The problem with some of the shock arrow charts is that when you get to upper difficulties, the shock arrows are thrown into dense patterns. So if your timing is off on, let's say, like your timing is like slightly off, you step late on the previous arrow, your foot's already kind of in position to fuck it up to begin with. I'm very anti-shock arrows, if you can't tell. I have a strong anti-shock arrow agenda. I'm glad that they exist. There's something different. But boy, I hate playing cards that happen. I like how hilarious they make cards. I'll say that. All right. Speaking of another tag song, we have "All My Heart." One of my favorite 13s, actually. Both players with the PFC, PQ, a 3 perfect EX, a 3 perfect PFC. Carrie, we'll talk later. We'll have a conversation. We'll have a parlay about it. Both players locked in. Hug it out. Longtime friends. Let's get it, chat.
Tear it up, y'all.
All right, both players sitting on a white combo. Ant picks up a great right there. A perfect and a great, so that gives PQ the lead right now, as he is ahead by about 10 EX points. PQ still sitting on a white combo, hitting 450 EX and hitting 450 EX right there. 15-point lead for PQ.
That's what I'm talking about. You got the magic touch, baby. Look at all that bling. Yeah, the combo.
All right. PQ's still in the lead, 20 points. You know, actually 18 at this point. Yeah, kind of let it slip pretty early on, and PQ is a player that you can't let that happen, as his MA has been very consistent throughout this entire pool.
I crown you king, the combo king. That was perfect.
All right, and PQ takes it 1185 to Ants 1164.
Not one mistake. Golden rule.
With 6 perfects, an impressive PFC from PQ.
Oh man, homie, these beats are the bars.
Good. All right, we are jumping to the 15s. Oh yeah, CyberConnect. CyberConnect, please. I'm so happy that it's getting played. This song is a banger, and I love this chart. This chart is super fucking good. It feels good to play, chat. I hope you follow along and you can feel how good it is to play. Yeah, we are up in the higher levels. I would say we are now in the upper pools, chat. You are going to start to see just absolutely marvelous timing. That is the standard that we're at. One more hug out. We're going to the second match with CyberConnect ESP. Let's get it, chat. Song bangs. Bob your head if you agree. I do believe FFC emotes are on, so you can go ahead and spam those emotes, some head bobs. All right, Ants ahead by about 40 X points right now.
You got the beat, you got the song, you can do no wrong. 100 combo. Oh yeah, they're giving it up for
But PQ's doing a really good job of only keeping it within 5 EX points. And now PQ has, he took the lead for a moment, but it's only down by about 3 X points into these. Both players sitting on the
You're gonna
PFC
break
right
the
now.
meter. Can't wait to see it.
Still 3 points.
Check it out. They're cheering for you.
Ant picks up a crate. So now it's down to just 1 point, chat. Ant picks up a miss, so now PQ takes the lead.
You got the crowd on fire. Woo! You're on fire. 400 combos.
And we are tied, chat. We're tied. We're down by about 2 points. Here we go. It's going to come down to this. And PQ takes it by 6 points. That miss. I think that miss is what cost Ant the W on that. Because, yeah, without it, if it was an excellent, Ant would have won. Now, just for placement, we're going to have Nick and Malia go ahead and play it down. So all of you Malia fans in the chat, you get one more chance to go ahead and root for your fave. Show them some love. Actually, chat, I'm going to go be right back. I'm going to personally take a bathroom break. I'm going to pass out the commentary mic to someone else. I'm going to pass it to Sbubby because he is right here next to me. So give me 1 second, chat.
These tracks are off the hook, yo.
All right, guys, it's me, Sbubby, back again, doing a little bit of spot commentary here. We are playing Cytokinesis. And Nick does not look happy here. But I am very confident he will do quite fine on this. Good old Cytokinesis. Lots of speed changes. A speed up at the beginning with basically no music cues. A lot of fun to be had, that's for sure. Picking a speed mod for this is also very difficult because you can either try to pick it at like a 280 cap or try to pick it at the 222 ending cap and just read insanely fast during the one speed up. Sudik is going for the ladder strategy. Actually, both of them are. So we'll see how that pays out in the end. Yep, that's about right. That speed up is. It sure is. That's all I have to say. Malia picking up a bit of a lead here. We're around 180 now. 180 BPM. Malia still kind of creeping up ahead here. Kind of a resting point where you get a flat BPM for an extended period of time. But the whole song is weird enough that timing can still be quite difficult here. A little bit of a good there from Sudik. And now for the extended speed up. Oh, here you go. Get your drum rolls ready. 280 and 222. Now it's more about surviving the interesting patterning going on here. Malia kind of still keeping up a bit of a lead here. And she takes it. Oh, a green full combo at that. Very nice. And looks like Nick Sudik gets a personal best. Also very nice to see. And one miss off of a blue full combo. Very well played, very well played. If you're not super familiar with Cytokinesis, that's really, really hard. All right. And now we have Übertreffen Expert 13. Definitely, definitely quite the iconic song, I'd say. We've got, looks like a very particularly old personal best from Malia and one great from Sudik. This one is definitely going to be more of an MA battle than Cytokinesis. Cytokinesis is survival, but this you can actually kind of do some real timing on.
Tear it up, y'all.
A lot of patterns that are best double stepped here. Sudik actually ahead right now, looking still ahead. This is kind of the point where it becomes more of a game of who ends up messing up just barely less overall. Couple interesting tricky step jumps here. Sudik still trailing ahead here.
You got the step, you got the flow. Keep up the perfect combo.
Oh, they're tied now. This is gonna be really close, I can feel it. Oh yeah, this is insanely close. I'm not even gonna make any calls until the end here. Oh, Sudik getting a little fast there. Getting right back on sync. Ah. That little trail of fast kind of put him a little bit behind. Still, very, very, very nice. Very strong, seeing very strong perfect counts and very close match. Yeah, that was really close.